We now cross to our reporter in East London, Abongile Jantjies. Abongile, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Just quickly set the scene for us of what's happening before the conference. Well, day 3 of the conference starts today.
Well, Simpiwe, it's now a two-way horse race because Mlibo Qoboshiyane has now joined the Madikizela slate. So now he's part of the Madikizela camp. So it's Madikizela versus Mabuyane. As you can see behind me, the delegates are out here, and security has really been beefed up today. The delegates, all of them, are there. The hall is empty. This is when we expected them to come inside. A verification process will now take place. You can see all of them are there. No one is inside the hall, Simpiwe. And this is the measure that they are saying, the organizers of this conference saying that it's in the best interest so that everyone who steps inside today for those credentials will be the right person and no one will be a ghost delegate, Simpiwe. And they are saying today they are hoping that everything will go underway. There are no court actions that are expected today and no further delays, Simpiwe. Most importantly, that will be able to adopt, they will be able to adopt these credentials and finally make nominations for new leadership of the province. To tell us more about what we can expect today, I'm now joined by PTT member Stella Ndabeni Abrahams. A very good morning to you, Mafaku. Thanks for joining us this morning. Tell us, what can we expect today? Can any foreseen delays?
Well, I guess let me start by saying good morning to all viewers in their respective areas. We are delaying already, as we had said the conference must start at 8, but because of tightening of the security. You've had many people yesterday talking about the presence of ghost delegates and all the stories that were there, which is what we want to prove, that is the PTT that was preparing for this conference. We want it to be credible as much as possible, and therefore we have no reason therefore not to give satisfaction to those that who are doubtful. This is why you see the delegates waiting outside, wherein they have to come in with their IDs, their tags, and of course a verified list that has been signed off in terms of the credentials list, and they of course then they get to be marked with whatever that the security team will use. This is meant to ensure that everyone who's inside indeed is a person who's expected to participate in this conference. So those are the only delays. They have promised that in 30 minutes at least things should start moving.
What informed the decision not for conference to go through the whole night? On Friday you were here up until the whole night, until the early hours of the morning. Yesterday we adjourned shortly before 12 o'clock. What informed that decision? Delegates were eager to cast their votes and make sure that the process goes through. Today, had it gone, you could have been announcing new leaders of the province today. What informed that decision not to go ahead late into the night?
Well, as I said earlier, if you recall, yesterday in the conference venue, there were delegates who were saying there are people that we don't know here. And when we try to explain, everybody that is inside is all those that were asked to be inside. But then when we wanted to make sure that everyone is satisfied with the process, we said, because it was already late, we couldn't take all the delegates out of the conference venue to say, go out so that we bring you per the list. It was already late, as you said, and remember the delegates have never slept as from Friday, busy with the registration. We needed to make sure that today all of them are sober in mind, because we need them fresh in terms of the work that they're expected to do, but also to give satisfaction to all those that have doubts, to say this is the process, you come in, we verify. The list, the credentials list has been shared and agreed to by the secretaries of the regions. So at least we are hopeful that people are not going to try some funny things by saying this side we agree and when they come to the conference venue they don't agree. But as I said, it was meant to give delegates enough opportunity, but also to satisfy those that believe that they are ghost delegates.
So no further delays. You are foreseeing the president of the ANC will be closing this conference tomorrow?
The president of the ANC will be closing the conference tomorrow. That is why we have this security here. We're going to proceed with our work in terms of the presentation of the credentials, the adoption or the endorsement endorsement of the conference committees, the endorsement of the elections agency and the elections committee, and from there the confirmation of the nominations, the top 5. Delegates are eager. I'm sure you have seen yesterday, everybody wants their nice fish. I'm not sure if it's salmon or hake, but there's a fish that people want to choose. So as that happens, the confirmation of the top 5 will start, and whilst ANC is busy with that, then the delegates will be busy with commissions.
With this last time, surely you could have covered a lot of groundwork. You could have been packing your bags now and heading back to Pretoria to resume your duties as minister, but that's not to be. Now you have to spend another day here. Surely it has financial impact on the ANC and people who had only planned to come here, who had planned to leave only today. But now, surely those things, what do you say to those people?
Well, we apologize to those that have spent their money coming here, that we're going to extend the days that we have outlined with an extra one. But of course, this is worth it, because as I said, we don't want after conference to be marked by lots of negativities where people are saying we're not given enough time. But of course, the ANC is going to suffer most. I see the individuals, especially those that came here out of interest. I'm sure you have seen it has become a South Africa ANC Eastern Cape conference, and we understand why. So we just apologize to those that unfortunately they have to spend, but the ANC is going to be the biggest loser in terms of the financial loss, because we had planned for 2 days, but we are willing to go deeper.
Thank you so much for your time. My producer is screaming in my ear, but all the best for today.
Thank you so much.
Well, Simpiwe, that was Stella Ndabeni Abrahams telling us that no delays are expected today, and we shall bring you more later as events unfold.
All right, Abongile, thank you so much for that update. We do appreciate your time. We'll be with you, or maybe our colleagues from the agenda will touch base with you a little later on. That was our reporter in East London, Abongile Jantjies. He was in conversation with a PTT member of the ANC in the Eastern Cape, well, as a preview of day 3 of the elective conference.